Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which time of day it is when you listen to this. But this is QueenDreamz coming back to you. Today we are going to talk about relationships. Yep, relationships. All right, so this is called Leave, Let Go, and Don't Look Back. Yep, leave, let go, and don't look back. So what do I mean by leave? When you leave the relationship or when the relationship dissolves, it could be they choose to end the relationship. However, there's still leaving involved. When there is no more of a relationship, leave it alone, let it go, and don't look back. What do I mean by leave it alone? Leave it alone as in, you know, that phrase that we all hear, oh, I didn't get closure. I really need closure. Unfortunately, many individuals leave relationships and they don't intend to concern themselves with taking care of your feelings, your healing process, your getting over them. So you have to leave it alone. You have to do things like self-care tactics, use some healing principles to help yourself get past this break, get past this hurt, get past this pain. But when it comes to reaching out to that other person, I know some people may do more than just this channel for YouTube. And there are some YouTubers that would highly recommend making no contact. My phrase of speech would just simply be, leave it alone. Don't overanalyze it a million times in your brain. I oftentimes work with individuals who say, I just can't seem to figure this out. What makes them want to do this? What makes them want to do that? Sometimes we just have to leave it alone. You first of all know in your spirit whether something is good for you in the very beginning. And in the very beginning of a relationship, something shows up. You know how you get those pink signs? They're not even fully red, but you get those pink signs and it tells you already you might need to leave this alone. But notice I said the word we, because just because I am a YouTubing personality these days, it doesn't mean I have not fall prey to not leaving it alone when I clearly saw red flags. So once you've gone past red and you're already in the relationship and things dissolve, whether it's by you leaving it alone, whether it's them leaving you alone, really leave it alone. Leave it alone. And then the next one is let it go. Yes, let it go. Let go of tormenting yourself with all of these things that seem to keep you plugged into that person. Now, for some people that might be Facebook hustling or doing quote research on the other individual to see how much progress they're making in life after you. Don't do that. Let it go. And when I say let it go, I mean really let it go. This sounds like it's just easier said than done. And in some cases it is. And in those cases, it's hard for you to just leave it alone or let it go, simply because if a couple has children, they still have tied responsibilities, but you still have to use some principles or some additives or some things that you got to do to cope with the break. So what that may look like is you may need to let it go by only tailoring your conversations to contact about the children only, and not about you and that person, or not about what they're doing in their other life without you, which was probably already prematurely brewing while you were all going through the leave it alone process. So that's why I say leave it alone and let it go. Let that go so that you can move on in your life. I'm all about living life by design and not default. So what happens sometimes, we tend to default to these past relationship connections. We stay tuned in. We stay connected sometimes to their family. That's not really letting it go or leaving it alone either. Now, again, exceptions are if you have children, you have tied responsibilities, so they still need to be in contact with that other side of the family. That's not something you can just walk away from because you need the village to raise these children. So But when it comes to you and your person, then yes, please take me up on leave it alone and let it go. The third one, don't look back. When I say don't look back, it literally means don't look back at them. Again, I get it, guys. I get it. Been there, done that. It's hard sometimes. But when you look, take this for an example. Can you drive your car looking in the rearview mirror all the time? You peruse at the rearview mirror for maybe 30 seconds sometimes, but you cannot drive your car looking in your rearview mirror. So you want to look forward. Don't look back. There's a story in the Bible that talks about Lot's wife and how she looked back and she turned to a pillar of dust, or I want to say it's salt. And I'm sorry, I don't have the exact scripture, but it's true. When you look back and when you go back, oh man, those are two big ones. That might have to be another session. But when you look back, you spend a lot of time processing the past as if that past is the best thing that you've experienced. Now ask yourself, is the past the best part of your life? Only if you think it is. But your past is not the best part of your life. Your past is just a part of your life. It's not the best part. It is a part of your life. You really can take me up on living your life by design. That means dealing with people that you want to deal with on friendship, family member level, personal romantic relationships. You get to choose what you want to do with who you do it with. You get to choose that. You don't have to default in relationships. When you're defaulting, you spend a lot of time not leaving it alone, not letting it go, and you spend a lot of time looking back with somebody that is in your rear view mirror, but you don't want to let it go. Ask yourself a couple of questions. Why am I still talking to Frank? Why am I still texting Frank? You and Frank don't have any children. Why am I still in touch with Frank's family? Like, these people are really your in-laws. Why am I doing this? Do me a favor. Challenge yourself. Leave it alone. Let it go. And don't look back. I promise you, it's better out here. Trust me. Trust me. Challenge yourself to leave it alone. Let it go. And don't look back. Because when you do these three things, you're telling God that he can't do better in your life. That's what you're agreeing to. You're agreeing to the best part of your life, especially when it comes to relationships, is in your past. And I highly disagree. If you struggle in these areas, you're in the group of us that is completely normal. That's why I spend time kind of talking about this and processing this with individuals so that they can understand when you get out of that zone of staying in the mix with people in your past, you kind of shun the opportunity for new people to come in your life, to have space in your life. Ladies, if you're looking for a great man to come in your life, we can't keep these relationships with past people. That means not even texting and talking to them. Don't Facebook hustle them. Don't IG hustle them. Don't do anything. Let it go. Let it go. Process, cry it out. Assign yourself some cry it out time. Talk to a trusted confidant. Talk to a favorite family member. Process it all out. Even if that means, you ever heard a drive cry? A lot of driving and a lot of crying when you're in your car by yourself. Do your selfie sessions. Drive cry. If you need to reach out and do some coaching or do some counseling, that's what I'm here for. But I highly challenge you. I want to encourage you. I want to motivate you. I want to inspire you to leave it alone, let it go, and don't look back. Choose to live your life by design and don't choose default. Once again, this is QueenDreamz, here to help you one-on-one or in a group setting. Nowadays, we're doing Zooms or we're doing Google Meets. Or we're doing some, not necessarily instant messenger, but depending on your access level, I'm open to it. But let me help you if you struggle in these areas. It was at one point in my life I struggled in these areas too, and I decided I didn't want to I didn't want to leave it alone at the time because it felt very comfortable. That's called familiar spirits. And we can talk more about that another time. But sometimes we have to leave it alone because it's the best thing to do so that we can welcome that really good thing in our life. It's not nice having old problematic relationship connections when you have this great person in your life that deserves all of your attention. Why connect with old people in your past? Close that chapter of your life. You'll be surprised what might be waiting for you just up the street on the right. Trust me. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And I'll see you on the next one. QueenDreamz. I love to hear from you. Reach out to me on one of the contacts, and I can't wait to hear from you.